Late one night at Tesla's Gigafactory, a tired employee stopped for food at the cafeteria. What happened next turned her life upside down and sparked a revolution at Tesla. Elon Musk himself followed her home, and what he discovered that night changed the way he looked at his employees forever. Before we begin this incredible story of resilience, innovation, and unexpected humanity, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more stories that reveal the people behind the world's biggest ideas. And here's a question for you. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. We love hearing from our community, and your thoughts might even inspire our next video. All right, let's dive in. This story might just change how you think about leadership and innovation. The Tesla Gigafactory never truly sleeps. Even late at night, the factory floor hums with quiet precision as machines and night shift workers keep the assembly lines running. But by now, most of the day shift employees have clocked out, leaving behind a handful of determined individuals to keep production moving. Maria Lopez was one of those employees. Sitting alone in the dimly lit cafeteria, she unwrapped a protein bar she had saved earlier in the day. In her late 20s, Maria had the kind of quiet determination that didn't announce itself, but radiated from her actions. Her petite frame seemed weighed down by exhaustion, her dark hair tied back in a simple ponytail, with grease-smudged hands that told the story of a long, hard shift assembling battery modules. Her phone vibrated softly on the table. The cracked screen displayed a text from her youngest brother. "Dinner is ready. Mom said not to worry, but we saved you a plate." Maria sighed as she read the message. Supporting her family, a bedridden mother and two younger siblings, meant sacrificing her own dreams. But Maria didn't complain. She couldn't afford to. By now, the clock was nearing midnight, and most of the cafeteria was empty. Maria had barely enough time to grab a quick meal before starting her second shift of the night. She stood, her legs heavy with fatigue, and walked toward the food counter, only to see the staff member stacking chairs. "Please," she called softly, "is there any food left?" The worker hesitated, glancing at the clock. "We're closed," he said, then softened. "But let me check what we've got." As Maria leaned against the counter, too exhausted to even feel embarrassed, a voice broke through her thoughts. "Working late, huh?" Maria turned sharply, startled. Standing a few feet away, dressed in jeans and a plain black t-shirt, was Elon Musk. His presence was unassuming yet magnetic, and Maria froze, unsure of what to say. "Yes, sir," she said quietly, avoiding his gaze. Elon tilted his head, studying her. "What do you do here?" "Battery modules," Maria replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm on the assembly line." "And this is your second shift?" Maria nodded, biting her lip. She wanted to fade into the background, to avoid his scrutiny, but Elon's curiosity was unrelenting. When the cafeteria worker returned with a small plate of leftovers, Maria thanked him quietly and began to step away. But Elon stopped her with another question. Why the double shifts? The question, though simple, felt heavy. Maria hesitated, unsure how much to share. Finally, she spoke. "I have a family to take care of. My mom is bedridden, and I have two younger siblings. They depend on me." Elon's expression softened. "That's a lot to carry." Maria straightened, a flicker of pride in her eyes. "It's nothing I can't handle," she said defensively. "Rent's just overdue right now and things are tight, but I'll figure it out." For a moment, silence hung in the air. Elon watched her closely, her quiet determination striking a chord with him. "You're remarkable," he said softly, almost to himself. Maria looked away, uncomfortable with the compliment. She didn't realize it, but her brief, reluctant answers had sparked something in Elon's mind. A need to understand her life more fully, and a determination to see how he could help. As Maria returned to the assembly line, Elon turned to his assistant. "I want to follow her home," he said. The assistant blinked in surprise. "Sir? You heard me. I need to see where she's coming from." The Tesla Model X rolled through dimly lit streets, leaving behind the sleek, modern world of the Gigafactory. The neighborhoods they passed were a stark contrast. Cracked pavement, flickering streetlights, weathered buildings with graffiti-stained walls. Finally, they arrived at an old brick apartment complex. From the car, Elon watched as Maria climbed out of a coworker's car, carrying a bag of groceries. Her steps were quick but heavy, her shoulders weighed down by exhaustion. She paused at the door, taking a deep breath before entering. Inside, Maria was greeted by her youngest brother, Matteo, who bounded toward her with a smile. "Maria, we saved you some food," he said excitedly. Maria crouched to hug him, her face lighting up despite her exhaustion. "Thanks, bud," she said softly. "You didn't have to wait up for me." Through the cracked curtain, Elon saw the small apartment, a cramped but tidy space with mismatched furniture, a faded sofa, and a small dining table propped up by folded cardboard. Maria's mother sat in a recliner, her frail figure draped in a patchwork quilt. Despite the signs of struggle, the home radiated warmth, a testament to Maria's strength and love. Elon's chest tightened. This wasn't just a worker. This was someone carrying the weight of an entire family on her shoulders. And the system he had built, one that prided itself on innovation and progress, had failed to support her. Back in the car, Elon was uncharacteristically quiet. The disparity between Maria's life and his own was jarring. For years, he had focused on big-picture goals: rockets, electric cars, AI. But tonight, he realized that the true measure of Tesla's success wasn't just innovation. It was how the company treated the people who made that innovation possible. By the time Elon reached his hotel, a plan was already forming in his mind. He would start by implementing immediate changes: better wages, child and elder care, and emergency assistance for workers in need. But it wouldn't stop there. This wasn't just about Maria. It was about changing the culture of Tesla itself. For the first time in years, Elon Musk felt a new sense of purpose. This wasn't about rockets or Mars. This was about humanity, and it was the most important mission of his life. This version captures the emotional weight of the story, paints Maria's struggles vividly, and positions Elon's realization as a turning point, not just for Maria, but for the company itself. It starts with a clear call to action, builds engagement with vivid storytelling, and ends on a note of purpose and change.